So, a fresh new week has arrived, and here on this channel, that means one thing and one thing only. Every weekend, I post an episode of this series we do called Your Take Not Mine, where I turn to you, the viewers, to give me your hottest NBA takes of the week based on what's going on at the time, and I then choose my favorite submissions and discuss them in a video. This week, the NBA Finals have progressed along looking very one-sided for the most part. Legacies are starting to be cemented for an all-time great, the offseason is looming right around the corner, and plenty of off-the-court storylines and rumors broke, so of course, we have plenty to discuss. In order to submit your takes, I make a community post either the day of or the day before the video, similar to the one that you see on your screen now, so if you want a chance to be featured in a future episode, be sure to stay on the lookout for that. Before we start though, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, PrizePicks. As the 2023 NBA playoffs continue on, PrizePicks is the best and easiest way to play daily fantasy and stay engaged on all of the excitement. All you have to do is pick between 2 and 6 players and the over or under on their projections, and you can win up to 20 times your original entry. Plus, PrizePicks is coming in hot with a promotion where every single day during the NBA playoffs, one user will win a chance at becoming a millionaire. How it works is that one entry placed after 8 a.m. every day will be randomly selected, then whoever gets selected will be given a 6-pick flex where the payouts include winning $1 million if all of the 6 hit, $80,000 if 5 of them hit, and $16,000 if 4 hit. So with the finals about to end, you need to act as soon as possible for your chance to be chosen before it's too late. By going down to the link in the description of this video and using promo code REFERENCE when you sign up, you also get a deposit match bonus of up to $100. Once again, thank you to PrizePicks for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to the topic at hand. The first take we'll be discussing today comes to us from G, and he says that Chris Paul going to the Lakers would actually end up making the team worse, not better. The news about Chris Paul earlier in the week really took the NBA world by storm, shocking almost everybody. Basically, the Suns are very heavily leaning towards waiving Chris Paul, making him a free agent. The move isn't official yet, but that does seem to be what will happen before the June 28th deadline. Their reasoning for this is that Paul's $31 million contract becomes guaranteed on June 28th, whereas if they waive him before that date, then they only owe him $15 million, and if they stretch that payout over a couple years, then their year-to-year operating costs become a lot less, thus opening up more money for the team to spend elsewhere. They're ideally hoping to waive him and then re-sign him on a veteran's minimum contract so they can sign another helpful free agent with the exception that it generates, but obviously when you set him free, he's going to have the ability to choose his next team, and the Lakers are a very obvious connection with LeBron James. The Lakers' time with Russell Westbrook ended on a sour note. D'Angelo Russell had his usual ups and downs in his time there, and this summer they're once again in the market for talent to add alongside LeBron and Anthony Davis. The Chris Paul to the Lakers move is about a decade late at this point, after it almost happened when he left New Orleans, but this could still be interesting. Paul was still one of the league's leaders in assists last season, and he's still an efficient scorer when necessary, but I actually think I somewhat agree with the take at hand here. Paul is 38 years old now, he's not the Hall of Famer that he once was. His playmaking would definitely be valuable as a creator that both has synergy with LeBron James and can orchestrate an offense when LeBron is off the court, but he's no longer the very good defender that he used to be, and on top of all of that, his ability to hold up health-wise is a major question mark too. The Lakers already deal with way too many injury scares with Anthony Davis, so while Paul does feel like a good fit in theory, I think the reality is that this partnership is a little too late. The next take we'll be discussing today comes to us from Bala, and he says that Karl Anthony Towns is going to be the biggest name traded this summer, not Jaylen Brown or Damian Lillard. This summer already has the type of hype to potentially be an incredibly active one. A lot of big names are in situations where they could be about to find new homes, but of course, we hear this kind of noise every single summer, and a lot of the time, it's nothing more than smoke. These three players, at least right now, are are probably the three biggest names that could be on the move, but of course there's a lot that goes into each of their situations. Damian Lillard has finally started to show some openness to leaving Portland, but it was very minimal, and realistically he's only going to be on the move if he actually fully buys into the change, because the front office there is still fully committed to him, and he himself is ridiculously loyal to them as well. Jaylen Brown is in a weird spot with the Boston Celtics, where he's going into the last year of his current contract, and the Celtics will either have to decide to hand him a 5-year contract worth nearly $300 million, or they will have to move him, because losing him in free agency next summer is absolute worst case scenario. Brown himself has expressed displeasure with certain aspects of the team and franchise, and he himself could end up requesting a trade, but something tells me that if the Celtics do offer him that max money, then that will help cover up a lot of his frustrations and he'll obviously stay. With Karl Anthony Towns though, he's in a place where his franchise has made so many mistakes around him that he has almost become the odd man out by default. Rudy Gobert's contract is too much of a behemoth to move on from this soon, Anthony Edwards is ready to take the reins as the face of the franchise, and Cat just isn't a good fit at power forward, plus he's probably their most valuable trade asset. The other two players have been talked about more on the trade block, but I do actually agree with this take that Cat may be the first one moved. And finally, the last take we'll be discussing today comes to us from JT, and he says that the Miami Heat need to blow it up this offseason because they've hit their ceiling. Okay, so right off the bat, I'll start off by saying that it's insane to suggest blowing up a team immediately after an NBA Finals run. However, on this topic, I think there is a conversation to be had about how things might go downhill from here for them. Being completely honest, this run by Miami was more of an example of a team getting hot at the right time than it is about the best team in the East going all the way. Like, they were literally the 8th seed, and the way they're playing now is completely different than how they played in the regular season. The Heat aren't going to have any money to spend in free agency, two of their starters, Max Strus and Gabe Vincent, are about to hit free agency and might leave, and the rest of the Eastern Conference teams around them will be retooling to dethrone them. Barring a blockbuster trade, they could come back down to earth next season, and I'm not completely sure a guy like Tyler Hero is enough to spearhead a blockbuster trade to make a big difference. And with that being said, that's all I have for you today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below what you think about the takes discussed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.